I took my truck from looking like this to this, just using $100 worth of spray paint and materials. So in this video, I'm just gonna show you the step-by-step process that I did. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna do a cost breakdown of all the products I use. I also just wanna give you my thoughts on if I think this is worth it, if I do it again, and what I'd do differently if I did do it again. With that being said, let's get right in the video. My plan is to take that off, this off, that off, and that, and paint it all black. Let's get to it. So right here, I'm just removing this black plastic cover to get to the grill. And it looks like it's just held in by these little push pins. So let's get those out. Damn. Two. This should just come off just like that. After I got that plastic piece off of the truck, I was able to unplug the horn and the temperature gauge. Next on the list was to get 4 bolts holding in the grill on the top side. Next bolt we got on our list is this guy right here. Just like that. Another one right here. Just like that. Next bolt is this little guy right here. Oh, just like that. I kind of went out of order here, but I decided to take these red fenders off, and they just have these little clips on the top holding them on. So pop those off real quick and went to the next step. My next step was to remove these side fenders. All that's holding them is just these 2 little bolts on the side. But here's that one. Same with this one right here. Ow. That should kind of pop out now. But here we are. The same bolts on the other side, so I went ahead and got those as well. Boom. Next one. That's the 4th bolt off for that. Let's get this one popped off. Pop this one off. Pop these off, just like that. 2 out of 6. These are going black. Next part I need to do was take off these 2 little bolts holding the grill in right here and on the other side. So I went ahead and got those off as well. And crank her off. Got it off. Real quick, we're gonna do this side. There we go. Last thing for the grill was just these 2 little clips on each side of the grill that I just popped off with the screwdriver thing. Bam. Same thing on this side, and after I pop these guys out, the grill is fully ready to remove. Just like that. There we go. 1, 2, 3 out of 6 parts that are going black. Honestly, now that I have it apart, this is either the stupidest or gonna be the best thing I've done to this truck. Last but not least, let's get this bumper off, and then that should be all the parts we're taking off of this truck for now. There were 13 mils on each side. There were about 5 on each side of the bumper, and then 2 big old 21 mils that I had to remove as well. Boom. This one right here. Boom. Another one off. And let's get this guy right here. Just like that. Before I loosen anything else, I'm gonna unplug the fog lights, this guy and that guy real quick. Down here, I gotta unplug that and this one. This one looks easy. I wish I recorded that. That was low-key satisfying. It made like a popping noise. Let's get this one. Wiggle out, kind of like that. Also, we gotta disconnect that real quick. Got that out real quick. Now let's crawl to the other side. I think, oh, I guess that way. Yeah, just like that. Now back to the top side. Let's pop these guys out. And this one right here. Boom. I think this bumper should be free. Oh, never mind, I lied. This guy right here needs to come out. Like that. Let's get this other bolt down here off. Just like that. Bada bing. Let's get this one off right here as well. And boom. Now for the big boys. The big boy. Next one on this side. Oh, there we go. All right, I think I found it. Looks like there's that one right there and this guy right here. Same on the other side. On the video I watched though, those weren't on there. I guess it was a different year or this is modded, I have no idea. Time to break loose. There we go. Hit that. Boom. All these going black. This is the aftermath of me taking it all off. Very dusty. I got my paint tarp laid out. I think the first thing we're gonna do is this grill, because if I mess up this grill, I was gonna buy a new one anyways. So I'm gonna see what this turns out like, and if it's good, we're gonna do this one and those two as well, and throw them all together and throw them on the truck. But first steps first, let's clean this off and then get to sanding the actual. Here we got an 80. I am not a professional by any means, so if y'all are roasting me in the comments, go ahead, because I have no idea what I'm doing. I think we're getting somewhere. Doing some research. Set to use 120 to 220, so I got 180 right here. And I guess I'm just gonna scuff up the surface because I don't know what I'm trying to get under it. Just so I guess I'm just trying to get a rougher surface so that primer sticks to it better, but we'll see what happens. Literally, I don't feel like I'm doing anything. Literally just looks like I'm scratching the surface, which I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. So all the chrome scratched up, ready for the primer. I'm gonna take some acetone, wipe it up so we get all that little dust and debris off of it. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Do not get this on your hands, that would be bad. Stuff. Now for the not so fun part of masking up all that black. Oh my gosh, I finally got all of that black stuff masked up, and I think we're ready for primer. And I'm gonna do 2 coats of primer and then 3 coats of the black paint. If it looks bad in a month or two, I'm just gonna change it out, but might as well try this because it's cheaper. But let's see how it goes. And actually real quick, before I use the spray paint, I'm gonna change into some paint clothes. And boom, paint clothes ready, primer ready. Let's get it on there. All right, here goes nothing. All right, this is the first coat. I went pretty light because I think the second coat's gonna tie it in together, but this is what it looks like right now. All right, this is the second coat applied. It's looking good, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of splotchy. It's what you get with spray paint, but other than that, it's looking good. And this is just the primer coat, so excited to see what the black will actually look like. All right, it's been about 2.5 hours. Let's go ahead and apply the first coat of black. As you see, applied a pretty thick coat on here. I'm gonna wait a few minutes and then apply the second coat and then third. I think I'm doing 3 coats on this guy. Putting on coat number 2. Let's see. This is coat number 2. For some reason, it's looking green on the camera. Like a slight hue of green. You see that? Hopefully that dries up. Not so greenish, but last third coat on here. Here we go. Third coat on my grill. We'll see how it looks on the truck once it's dry. But that takes about 48 hours. All right, I'm out here in my garage. It's like, I think it's been 2 or 3 hours. I can't resist taking off this tape. It's not gonna peel up paint, so that would be bad. Okay, and this is what it looks like with all that tape off. It's a little splotchy, so it does look a little rough, but I think I'm not unhappy with that. That's fine, because I've seen trucks covered with bed liner, and that's definitely a lot worse than what this is. So, and it's just the grill. This is the next day, and this is what it looks like on the truck. But when you come close, it definitely looks black, but I don't know if it has a slight hint of green, which I don't like. But I guess we're gonna go ahead and go do the other ones. I'm gonna go ahead and commit and clean this guy off, mask it off, and then get it on the primer and paint on it. And I'm gonna be using P180 to just scratch it up and scuff up the surface. So it's gonna take me a little bit, but here we go. That's the kind of scuffed up sanded version side, and this is the non-sanded side. This is now all that kind of roughed up, scratched up, ready for primer. After I acetone it, just to get all those particles off of it and clean it up a little bit better. But while I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and sand these guys down to bare fiberglass. All right, now we're just gonna rinse it off now that it's all dusty. I think my next step is to tape off all the parts I don't want to be that black color. So I'm gonna tape off all that, the fog lights, and the top, and maybe that cord a little bit. But let's get to it. That's that fog light all done. Let's get this side done. And boom, here we go. We got this side done. Plus, all we have to do, I think, is this bottom piece, and I think I might be able just to take that top trim off. Let's get it done. Just got the middle all taped up. Now we just got to do this bottom real quick. All right, got all the black masked off on this part, and I think we're ready to maybe sand it just a little bit more, some acetone, and then primer, paint on the truck, and we're good. All right, we got the paint tarp on the porch. We got these two ready to go. I put it on a box so I can easily get to these edges a little bit easier. But I think we are ready to acetone them up real quick, get all the little debris. After that, we're ready for primer. Lightly. All right, this is what it looks like with the first coat of the primer. All right, this is the second coat on. As you can see, it's tying up quite nicely. I like how these are turning out, but I am about out of paint, so I don't know if I can get a third. I'll try, but we'll see. All right, we have the sprayed parts in the garage right now, and I'm gonna let them dry for 2 to 4 hours, and then we will apply the actual paint on it. While I wait for those to dry, I'm going to get these tinted with this VHT nightshades. Let's see how they look. I do have headlights coming, but might as well just try this and see how it looks. If it looks all right, I'm gonna return those headlights, but if they look good, I'm gonna keep them. But if they look bad, I'm gonna just switch them out with those headlights I already bought. First steps first, let's get the tape around them. All right, I got it all maxed up. Now for the other side. All right, as you can see, I got the second headlight masked up. My next step is to clean off the headlights, because as you can see, they're a little dirty. So I'm gonna use some of this wax and wash stuff on it and see how that gets in. All right, this is what the cleaned headlight looks like. And this is the dirty one. So it makes a little bit of a difference, but not crazy. All right, after it's clean, I think I'm ready to use the actual paint on it. All right, we're just gonna do one light coat after I shake this up for a little bit. It is a little windy, so I'm gonna try to be careful and not get this everywhere. All right, that's coat one of these nightshades on this, and I already am loving it. What it's looking like. I might only do like 2 coats because it's already turning out great. So let's get this other coat on here. All right, that's coat one. I'm gonna let it dry for about 2 minutes, or not 2 minutes. I'm gonna let it dry for like 7 minutes and apply coat number 2 on it. All right, this is the second coat on the truck. This is what the second coat of that VHT nightshade stuff looks like on the truck with all the tape off and that hood down. A lot of you are probably wondering if I can even see at night, but stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to show you a before and after of what it looks like. But for now, let's show the rest of the front of the truck being painted. I went ahead and got different paint because the Rust-Oleum I was using almost looks just a little green, and I don't know what it is, if I didn't do something right. So like you could see, that Rust-Oleum paint has a slight greenish look to it, which I don't like, so I went ahead and switched to this rough guard stuff. Let's see how it looks. Honestly, I'm not sure entirely what I was expecting, but this is almost kind of the look I'm personally going for. It's kind of like almost like a bed liner. It is kind of dripping quite a bit, but as long as it's got that rough truck look, I'm fine. So let's get this painted. This is definitely the black I wanted and kind of the texture I wanted as well. As you can see, super drippy. All right, it's been about 10 minutes here. We're gonna go ahead and apply the second coat to these bad boys. All right, second coat for this guy. So let's get it on there. All right, second coat is on them. Now we just wait for them to dry. And I think we can get them on the truck. I just wanted to show you all the difference of the paint real quick. As you can see, that one's just a lot better overall. Like this one, it just looks splotchy, looks horrible. That gloss is just gorgeous. I really hope it sticks on there though. Well, I don't know if the primer from the Rust-Oleum primer will start peeling, but we'll see. I gotta mask this again. I really don't want to because it was a pain in the butt the first time, but it has to be done. For editing, it'll be done in a second. Oh my god. I finally got it all masked off, and I am going to clean it off real quick and then apply that better paint on it. All right, that's the first coat on. This paint is really drippy, very drippy, but let's just see how it looks when you're done. All right, I got the second coat on. That was kind of stressful. It was so windy. All right, this is the part where I take off the tape and put it back on the truck. I'm gonna take all this mast tape off of this real quick. I went ahead and threw all the parts back on the truck, and this is the final look. You can definitely tell it was spray painted, which is not good. It's not the best, but I think I just like it for a temporary look for the truck. Like I said earlier, I do have headlights on the way, and I can replace the bumper and grill if I need to in the future, if it starts flaking. If I did this again, I definitely wouldn't use cheap spray paint like I did, because like y'all saw, it did look a little green. But with that being said, let's look at the products I did use and the cost breakdown. Cost breakdown of all the products I used for my truck. We got about probably $11, $12 in sandpaper. We have $11 in acetone. This was, I think, $8. This was $20. I still have a lot left. These were a little expensive too. These were $22 each. And this, I used it, but I didn't use all of it. This was the crappy green paint. This was about $8, $9. So that was the total cost of all the products I used for my truck. And finally, the before shot of my lights before using that VHT nightshades on my lights. I didn't get a very good before, but as you can see, this is the after. This is with my brights on too. So it definitely affects your visibility. If you're gonna do this, make sure to get brighter bulbs, or like what I'm doing, and replace your headlights entirely. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. Really helps me out, and I spend a lot of time on these videos. But anyways, thank you for watching. Later.